Have you ever noticed what happens after you tell everyone about something big you want to do? Have you ever felt excited while speaking about a dream, only to feel strangely empty when it was time to act? Many people do not realize this, but sometimes dreams do not fail because they are too hard. Sometimes they fade because they are spoken too early. In a quiet village, surrounded by fields and narrow dirt roads, there lived a young man named Daniel. He was known by everyone, not because he had built something great, but because he was always talking about what he would build one day. Daniel was full of ideas. His mind never rested. One week, he dreamed of opening a large grain shop near the road. Another week, he decided he would learn stone carving. Later, he spoke about building a strong house with his own hands. His dreams were many, and his voice was loud. Daniel had a habit. Before he began any work, before his hands touched a single tool, he told everyone about his plans. He walked through the village square with bright eyes and said, "Soon, I will open the finest shop this place has ever seen." People smiled. Some clapped him on the back. Others praised his ambition. Daniel felt tall inside. That night, he slept peacefully, feeling proud of himself. But when morning came, something felt different. The excitement was gone. The fire he felt while speaking had turned into tiredness. He told himself he would start tomorrow. Tomorrow became another day and another. The shop was never built. After some time, Daniel announced a new dream. This time, he gathered people near the well and said he would become a skilled stone carver. "I will carve stones so beautiful that travelers will stop to watch," he said. Again, people praised him. They encouraged him. Daniel felt warm inside. His heart felt full. But days later, the stone tools remained untouched. Dust gathered where effort should have been. Years passed like this. Daniel spoke, people praised, and nothing changed. His hands stayed empty. His dreams stayed in words. Slowly, pride turned into confusion. Confusion turned into quiet shame. Daniel began to avoid people. He did not understand why his dreams never lasted. At night, he lay awake, feeling heavy, wondering what was broken inside him. One evening, as the sun dipped low and painted the sky soft orange, Daniel sat alone near the old well at the edge of the village. His shoulders were slumped. His thoughts were loud. An elderly man approached and sat beside him. The man was calm and humble. He was respected by everyone, though he rarely spoke. His name was Elias. Elias looked at Daniel and asked gently why his heart seemed troubled. Daniel sighed and said he had many dreams but never finished anything. He said he felt weak and ashamed. Elias listened without interrupting. Then he asked a simple question. "What do you do when you have a new idea?" Daniel answered quickly. He said he told everyone. He wanted people to know. He wanted their praise. He wanted to feel proud. Elias smiled softly and said nothing more. He simply asked Daniel to meet him the next morning. At dawn, Daniel met Elias in his small garden behind his home. The air was cool and quiet. Birds moved gently through the trees. Elias held 2 seeds in his open palm. He gave one seed to Daniel and asked him to plant it in the soil. Daniel knelt, dug a small hole, placed the seed inside, and covered it carefully. Then Elias took the second seed and lifted it high. He called out to a few children playing nearby and said, "Look, everyone, I have a seed. One day it will become a great tree." The children clapped and laughed. Elias placed the seed on a flat stone in the open sun. Days passed. Elias watered the seed in the soil each morning. He did this quietly. He told no one. Daniel visited often. Slowly, a small green shoot appeared from the ground. Week after week, it grew stronger. Elias continued his quiet care. The seed on the stone did not change. The sun dried it. Birds pecked at it. Soon, it was gone. After many days, Daniel stood beside Elias and looked at the young plant standing firmly in the soil. Elias finally spoke. He said, "A seed needs silence to grow. It needs darkness and protection. If it is placed in the open and talked about, it dries out, it gets taken. It never becomes what it could have been." Daniel felt something move inside his chest. Elias continued, explaining that when people share dreams too early, they feel rewarded before doing the work. Praise replaces effort. The mind feels finished, even though nothing has been built. The energy meant for action is spent on words. Daniel lowered his head. He saw himself clearly for the first time. Every time he spoke about a dream, he felt successful without starting. The applause was enough. He never needed to finish, because his heart believed he already had. Elias placed a gentle hand on Daniel's shoulder and told him that dreams are fragile at the beginning. They need silence. They need patience. They need steady effort away from noise. When something is strong, it does not need announcement. It speaks for itself. That evening, Daniel walked home slowly. His thoughts were calm but heavy with truth. He made a quiet decision. He would try again, but this time he would tell no one. Daniel chose a simple goal. He decided to build a wooden bench, nothing grand, nothing to impress others. He did not announce it. He did not seek approval. Each evening, after his daily chores, he worked alone in a quiet corner. Some days he felt excited. Other days he felt tired. But no one knew. No one asked questions. There was no pressure, only wood, tools, and time. Days turned into weeks. Daniel made mistakes. He corrected them. He learned slowly. His hands grew stronger. The bench took shape. When it was finished, Daniel sat on it in silence. For the first time, he felt a deep and steady pride. Not the kind that comes from praise, but the kind that comes from doing. One morning, a neighbor noticed the bench outside Daniel's home and asked when he had built it. Daniel smiled softly and said he had been working on it quietly. The neighbor was surprised. Word spread slowly. People saw the bench. They admired it. But by then, Daniel was already working on something else. Years passed. Daniel continued working in silence. He built more. He spoke less. His life changed without announcement. People respected him, not for his words, but for his work. He no longer chased praise. He found peace in progress. Now, think about your own life. How many times have you spoken about a dream and felt finished before starting? How many ideas faded because words came before action? When you speak too early, you give away your power. Keep your dreams quiet. Let them grow where no one can touch them. Silence builds what words destroy. Silence grows what effort protects. If this story touched you, like, share, and subscribe with someone who needs it. And follow 4 more stories that change the way we see life.